Hello, how's everybody doing today? Thank you guys for joining in with Pamela Chinchilla today. She can pronounce her name, Chinchilla, Chinchillo. Um, and I wanted to provide you guys. I know I just want to thank her first for coming on, around Christmas time because I know everybody's with their families. Actually, she's with her family in Miami now. So I thank her for joining me. She's going to drop some knowledge bombs on you guys today about how she scaled her business, how she's met all these popular people. I know you saw my post, so I'll let her get into that and tell her story. So if you guys are on live, hashtag live, and if you guys are on the replay, hashtag replay. So Pamela, all right, let's go ahead and get into this. And I guess obviously. I think we had, I think somehow, I don't know how, I think I might have saw a post or something that you were doing where you were actually trying to hire a salesman or something. And I think, well, actually, I know I did. I actually ended up calling and we, I guess, talked on the phone or whatever about the Grant Cardone's 10X conference. And I know that you were actually trying to 10X your company. Do you want to, I guess, debrief people and tell people, explain to people how or what you're actually doing with Grant Cardone?
Sure. Right. So my name is Pamela Chinchilla, and yes, I train with Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, with all these amazing guys, Billy Jeans, Sam Robbins, you name it. I think put a lot of money into self knowledge. I think that learning every day is what really keeps us going as an entrepreneurs. So what is up with the Grant Cardone, the 10X Growth Conference? So back on, I think it was like several months ago that we spoke mine, and I wanted to come as a sponsor to that 10X Growth Conference. And but we have changed a little bit our plans because now that we see Grant, trying to bring all these people, 35,000 people, he's bringing all kind of people. Like at the beginning, it was just business owners, entrepreneurs that are trying to start their own businesses and things like that. Now we see a lot of professionals are coming to that 10x growth, which is good. But for us to have one-on-one with business owners, we changed it to being a sponsor to not just on the first lines with these guys. So we can have more one-on-one with them, maybe more interaction with them. So I'm bringing some of my people. I'm coming myself, and instead of just being in the back trying to have people to come and learn more about the company, we are just gonna hang out with the top of the line guys and hopefully meet and network a little bit more that way.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know just the fact that you're working with Grant Cardone, I know a lot of people are probably, I say, envious of you because everybody wants to work with what do they call him, Uncle G. So that's a pretty big accomplishment. So actually, I guess as far as what is, I guess, what is a crucial what is crucial in scaling your business as far as what's the fastest and the easiest way? Like I know I have a lot of, I guess, new people that are coming into the social media realm, and what is the fastest and the quickest way to scale your social media marketing agency?
Okay, so the fastest will be just have presence online. There is some other facts to that, like have everything in place. So if somebody places an order, how it's gonna get executed, who's gonna execute the work and things like that. But at this point, if you want to know the faster way for you to get attention and for you to start receiving calls from people, you must have online presence. I know it's gonna sound funny, but these days I'm not too much into the Facebook news feed. I'm more into stories and creating the day-to-day kind of flow for my followers. But having online presence really changed the game for us. People start, instead of us calling, they would come to us, ask for a service and just hire our agency.
So So I guess as far as establishing your online presence, what is the easiest way to do that? I mean, how did you accomplish that when you first started, or even how are you doing that now?
Okay, it's simple. So entertain people and educate people. We coming from having a business and having to look professional and look um, respectful to our clients and look like we know everything. But that have changed more now with social media, right? People wants to know the real you, the real people that works in your company. So we flip that from, for example, if we go live, we never ask for the sale. We never pitch any products or service. We always educate about whatever subject, if it's Facebook stories or any kind of channel, and then we have them to give us a call. We have them to reach out to us. So
Oh,
and entertaining. People wants to have fun when they watching your content.
yeah, I know. I've seen some of your broadcasts, I guess, of recently, because I think don't you broadcast from a newsroom or something? Or I mean, it's just as a nice backdrop. I mean, you guys need to go check out her page and check out her material and everything, because it's an interesting backdrop that she has. I mean, I think it changes every time. I know I saw a couple of those episodes come across my feed, so I thought that was pretty interesting and also engaging. Because obviously, you need to catch people's eyes, especially, with all the live videos that are going on, with all the content that a lot of people are posting now, because that's what Gary Vee is mentioning, as far as just get content out, get content out, get content out. And she's saying in her content that, she educates people and she wants to entertain people, which is a very good thing to have, because obviously if people are entertained and if they're, if they're engaged, if they're being educated, I mean, what more is it, as far as, especially, doing things online, what more is it, as far as being, you're being entertained while you're being educated. So that's always good. Most, I guess, people are actually only, on one side of that spectrum, where they're either, just educating, period, or either they're just entertaining. So, I mean, she actually put both of those together. So what specific things did you do to scale your business? Because right now I mean, how big is your company now?
Well, right now we are in the six-figure company right now. We have around 20 some employees.
Wow.
I mean, as a business owner, at the head of the company, I do not want to build a business to create another job for me. That was my main thing. I want to have freedom. So the only way for me to do that was to put everything in place. What kind of service we have, who's gonna go out and reach out to the clients, and who's gonna execute the work, right? Because at the end of the day, our employees are human beings as well. They can't do everything, right? They can't go out for the sale. They can't execute the sale. Same for me. So we put everything in place so everybody knows what to do, and then the experience for our clients is completely different than any other small agency or any other digital agency. So we have everything in place. We have several people that will go and guide them on what to do. We have a platform as well where we educate our clients, not just do that job, but we want to educate our clients, because the main thing is for us to build a relationship and scale with them. Most of our books shows that our clients come to us for one service, and within 3 months they already activate 5 to 6 different services, meaning if they come and spend $1,000 the first month, by the third month they're spending over $5,000. And that's the main thing. You want to build that relationship with the client. It can be that first call they had to make when something comes up.
Oh, that's good. Hold on, I think I got some feedback here. Hold on, So yeah, I got some feedback. I was listening to it on the other on my other monitor on my other screen. I guess it was playing through. Usually that doesn't happen, but I know that you said you also educate your clients. So I think that's pretty interesting, because not only do you educate your viewers, you also educate your clients as well, which I think that's a plus. So as far as how did you know when you needed to scale and actually get employees? Because how long have you been in the social media marketing realm? I mean, what is your background in?
Good question, an interesting question. Well, everything started when I was managing retail businesses for 8 years, close to 9, and I was the one paying for marketing, right? So I saw the pain point when it comes to having a local shop scale, but that traditional marketing was not working anymore. So I have that conflict going on as the head of these companies, and then I started studying with Tony Robbins. But with Tony Robbins, I was certified to become a personal coach. And to me, most important is I didn't want to be one-to-one coach. I was like, I would hate to have people to pay me and take 12 months, 18 months for them to see results. Like, I want to model what Tony Robbins is doing. I want to get to know your problem and fix it right away. But to do so, I want to do it on a bigger scale. And I was not on social media back on those days. And I'm talking about maybe 3 years ago, 4 to 3. So I was like, I got to learn about the social media. So I started opening my accounts on social media, still working on this business for other people. And then last year, January 15, 2017, I quit my job. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't care if I didn't save enough money to live. I didn't want to call the people that I knew from this company because I knew a lot of business owners back on those days. But I didn't want to reach out to them to get a job because I'm a loyal person. I know that if I was with this company for 8, 9 years, I didn't want them to say, oh, Pamela used her connections, her knowledge from this company to start a new business. No, I want to do it all new, all fresh, with new contacts. So Ty Lopez, I used to train with Sam Robbins, Tony Robbins, and then Ty Lopez have this social media, package or whatever, this training. So I was like, okay, let me take that training and see if I can start this agency. January 16, I got the training with Ty Lopez. In the third day, I closed my first client, $2,000 with 2 restaurants. And I was like, oh, something is going on, and now I'm gonna have to figure it out and stay here. So that client stood with me for around 3 months. It was my first client. Actually, he still sent
Yeah.
And then, from there, I was like, okay, something is up here. I have clients now paying me $2,000 a month, just one single client for 2 restaurants. And from there, I just learned more about social media. I kind of listen more, and I have the background, the retail background already, so I knew what was going on with how do they think, where they want to put their money. They're not interested in social media as much right now because they're so afraid to lose money and they're so used to the traditional marketing. So I partnered with so many other companies. I partnered with traditional marketing companies. I partnered with 5-star and so many other companies so that I can be that call and I can put their budget everywhere where it needs to go. AdWords, social media, YouTube, wherever it needs to go. You know what I mean? So, that's it. And now to the point that I find myself that I couldn't be the one making the sales. I couldn't be the one managing my designers, managing my digital ads guys. So I was like, and sales is everything. If you're not making sales, you have no business. Point blank. You need that cash flow. So I talked to a lot of people actually. A lot of my good clients, they become my now friends. So I talk to them, we brainstorm a lot, and going through that process, I realized, hey, I need employees. I need to bring people that can make sales for us and be full time and take care of them and gonna teach them the road and have them to feel that they have some kind of ownership of this. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to build the business to stay in the business. I want to build the business just to create a cash flow, and then I want to be on several other things. I'm a passionate of coaching, of what is it, the real estate, so many other things. So I know that for me, I don't have this goal, but I had to go step by step so that I can get there. And the agency was the easiest and the fastest way for me to bring a cash flow into now having zero. Before, I used to live in one of the top neighborhoods in my city. My daughters used to go to the top schools in the city. My life was set. I was living the life. I was living the American dream. And from one day just to wake up and say, I quit, it was shocking. But I know that when you go through things like that, it makes you stronger and it makes you realize that you're unstoppable. It's all about thinking outside of the box and coming up with provide value, great services for other people, and people will buy it. There is money out there. It's just a change of hands. So you just have to come up with a cool product, cool service, and sell it to the world.
That's true. That's true. So I mean, you scaled your agency pretty fast, but let me touch on, I guess, one other thing that you just said, because I'm actually, I'm thinking about that because, you just said that there's money all the way, pretty much money just circling, it's pretty much just circulating. That's why they, I heard that's why they call money currency, because it's always moving, it's a constant flow. So, I mean, I guess you found a way to tap into it, and I guess, tap into, I guess, a specific way where people can hand you that money or give you that money. And that's pretty interesting that you said that, because everybody's always talking about, how do I get more money, and, how can I sell, in my career and all that stuff. But the thing is, you can get more money by providing more value to the marketplace. So obviously you heard her say that, she's providing, value to the marketplace. So that's why people are, giving her and handing her money, pretty much just at her.
You gotta get to the point. Before I travel, I have only one client in my city that he still pays with checks. Everybody else is credit cards now, so it can be automatic. So this client just, I was in a rush. He was in a rush, and he was like, "Here, just take the check. It's blank. It's completely blank." He just signed it and gave it to me. This client has been with us for over a month and a half, month to month. And he was like, it's trust, having your customers, your clients to really trust you. That's the main thing, because these people have spent not only $1,000 a month, they spend, whenever they need a new service, they want to put the money with you, because they prefer to see you grow than anybody else, because you helping them grow.
Wow, that's interesting. You said that. I think we had a couple of people jump on. I saw my wife jump on. What's going on, sweetie? And I saw Devin Shaw. He jumped on. I think that we only have one viewer now. I cannot see y'all's faces, but we had 2 comments, #live, and I think it's somebody saying you're on it. So if you're fit, I mean, you guys, if you have any value, I want you to just type in a 1 right now. I mean, if we're providing you value, just let us know. Just type in a 1, or actually just type in a 1 or a 10. Just just go ahead and type in a 10x, because that's what she's going to do, is 10x her company. So type in a 10x right now. If you're on here viewing it, or you're catching the replay, if you're providing value, because the reason why I asked for engagement is so Facebook can push this out, and this information can go out to other agency owners or just other business owners, because she's pretty much just giving information as far as how people can grow their business, not just specifically to social media marketing agencies, but it's also for other businesses as well, how you can grow. So I mean, you touched a little bit on this as far as trainings and everything. I know that you said you got involved in I guess Ty Lopez's training. I mean, is there any other trainings that you want, or even books, or even mentors? I mean, how big are you on mentors? I mean, do you believe in mentors, books? I mean, trainings, or I mean, what was, I guess, specific thing for your growth, your quick acceleration? Because obviously you just said pretty much last year you just got involved, you just kind of blew up. So what do you think your I guess your main focus was? Was it books, trainings, or mentors? And then can you recommend any?
Everything. A little bit of everything, Mike. And I know the one thing for you to continue to grow, you had to put money into yourself. And not only money, you had to surround yourself with the right people. By going to these events, like, Gary Vee, I was with Gary Vee 2 months ago, Tony Robbins, this guy from Shark Tank, Grant Cardone, and all these amazing people. That's the only way for you to change, for you to surround yourself with the right people. yes, I took a Ty Lopez training, and if anybody asks me for feedback, yes, that's the guy, right? He's the one that kind of put the fundamental of the agencies, not as much, what to do for the clients, if that make any sense. So I did went and hire other people, and I went and hire platforms and the right designers and so many other people that can input their knowledge to the services that we provide. We spend I can say right now we're still doing it, 40 to 45% of our flow goes into either mentors or hiring something that we need, like a software, like a partnership with other people, with other companies. So it's all about, having the right tools, the right people around you so they can input and help you to scale faster, because you will never do it if you're doing it alone. You will never get there. You will never get to that six-figure income. You will never get to that seven-figure income. I mean, even if you're running an e-commerce these days, right? We all know we can do drop shipping where you don't see the product. You just, the middleman. One person, simple. But you cannot do it if you want to do a six-figure income. You need people to help you with customer service, replying to these orders. If you have any delay. So there is no business that you can do yourself and go to the seven-figure income. Even worse if you want to scale it from there. So main thing is bringing the right people around you, people that really, like, even when I was hiring employees, I went through a tough situation when it comes to interview people, because most of them did have experience, but they didn't have that hunger that I want people to have. So if you're working for us, I don't want people to work for me and be okay making $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month. I want people to start there, but I want them to want, the $40,000 a month. I want those kind of people around me, because I know if they have that mentality, my mentality should be 10x more than what they're making. So bringing the right people and saying forget you and move on to people is okay, and having the balls to do so. Sometimes it's so hard, and more on a female, right? I'm soft. I tend to trying to be nice. I tend to be, kind to other people. But I learned so much all these years that if you really want to take it to the next level, you must you don't have to get people out of your life. You just have to make them understand that your time as of right now is of growth. Your mentality right now is, I want to grow myself, because I know if I can grow myself, I can take care of you, not only financially, but you can be a role model for them. And that's the main thing. So I have a lot of people, and a lot of close friends will tell you, I see Pamela maybe once a year now. Not because I don't love them, and not because they will not be there for me. They will always be there for me, but because they don't have the right mentality for them to be here with me right now. Whenever they can catch up, they're more than welcome to catch up. But as of right now, removing people or giving them less time is more valuable for me, so that I can grow even faster. I can have the time to bring Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, Tony Robbins close to me. I will have the time to be reaching out to these people. When I was with Tony Robbins a month ago, we were chit-chatting, and I was like, he had few health issues throughout these years, and I mean, he went through either a tumor and some other health issues. And while I was talking to him, I was like, hey, I'm working really hard right now because I want to be on stage with you, okay? So give me about two years, and I will get your attention so much that you're going to have to ask me to be on stage to coach people with you. He started laughing, he's so loud. I'm like, he's so loud and tall. But having the time to be around these people, being around the right people, and then you attract those other ones that are in the same path to you. And it happens. Even my clients are true hustlers. Like, I enjoy talking to my clients. I get to the point that I had to tell them, like, you had to make an appointment with me because I'm not that flexible anymore. But I enjoy talking to them because they hustlers, they have the right mentality. And if they only stay with us for like 2, 3, 6 months, it means that, we didn't get that connection that for us to be I have gone with clients to see Gary V, Tony Robbins, and I mean those are the people that I want around me, not just to do business with you and hand me the money. I want us to grow. I want us to get the same education and be the same kind of people.
Yeah, that's I don't know. You touched on a lot of different things. I had different tangents, but then you kept going on. But actually, let me, I guess, just talk about your I guess, willingness to see your employees grow. I mean, a lot of CEOs, a lot of company owners, a lot of, even just if you break it down to managers or even supervisors, they don't want to see the people around them excel, over them, because I guess so much that they're not comfortable with their own self that they're scared they're going to take their job or their position. So I mean, that's interesting, and says a lot about your character as far as how you want to see the people around you grow and scale and actually grow a lot higher. That's really a true definition of what a leader should be, as far as just pulling the other people up around them, not just to their level but above them. I mean, that's a true leader if you can really I guess show people skills and just have people see something in you where you can just take them to a level that is higher than you. And actually that is hard to do, as far as, because I mean it's hard to take somebody to a place where you haven't even been, too. So I mean, and that's kind of interesting that you said that. And I guess what I don't know. We can pretty much just spend all day on that topic. But well, actually, I gave you a list of questions before, but I guess since you went into the I don't know, I just thought of a question as you were talking. So what would be I guess well, I won't say easy. I mean, I don't think anything's easy, as far as in the business world. But I guess what would be, I guess, the what is a niche that most new agency owners should go into when they're first starting out? I know some people have recommended to go into home services because those owners and everything always have their phone on them, so you can get in touch with the owner or the company. I mean, do you agree with that, or would you pick another niche or business to go after?
Well, it all depends on what kind of services you are strong at. If you do Facebook ads, definitely, home improvement services are the top of the lines. If you just give them 2 or 3 clients, they will be happy. They pay you $2,000, they making $10,000-$15,000 back. They will be happy, and we have a lot of those. And actually, those are the easiest if you find the right ones. Um, One thing that I would say though, find businesses that are making money, that are profitable right now. Because even if you send, I have one client right now. We sent him, it was close to 1,000 new leads within 2 months. Okay? And he's still like, not too satisfied. And I was like, because you guys need to see not only right now how much you're gonna make with these people coming in, but how often can they come and do business with you? That's the mind. Oh, and if the service is right and everything is good, they will go out. These 1,000 people will go out and talk about your business. So it's all about the mindset of the business owner, and yes, what are they selling? But the easiest thing will be restaurants. Really easy, because their consumers are all of us. We eat 3 times a day. We always looking for restaurants near me. So it's really easy. We have a lot of restaurants on our portfolio, but it's because it's easy to find them, the right customer. And not only that, it's so many tools out there that you can implement and kind of refer to the client. Like, for example, I have a lot of restaurants that we done. What is this company called? Reward Network. They don't charge our client upfront, and they send referrals from airlines, hotels, and so many other places, big places like that, and then we run that social media or AdWords or whatever else they want to activate within our platform. So it's so many things you can do for your restaurant clients. Even hook them up with Uber Eats. That's gonna increment their sales, and as long as they're making money, they will make sure that you can make money. That you make money month after month. So that's the main thing with restaurants. So many tools out there, and so many other companies that you can kind of partner up and help your client, help the business, the restaurant owner. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
I think that's the easiest one, if I can say so.
I know. Well, I know a lot of people talk about, I guess, just the amount of marketing that restaurants have, which is not a lot. So you really can't, I guess, charge them the $3,000 or $4,000, I guess, service fee, monthly maintenance fee for their ads and everything, and then plus their ad spend and all that stuff. So that's kind of interesting that you said that. So I guess people may be wondering, as far as I know, some people like to share this, some people don't. But I mean, I guess on average, how many clients do you currently have? I guess, how many clients are you currently working with in your agency?
Okay. So right now our portfolio goes to right now it's over that 180 last time I looked.
Wow.
But remember that we have all kind of products. We have products that starts from like $20 a month up to $10,000 a month. So there is a lot of clients that have 5 to 6 different services on at the same time. There's some other clients that have only 2 products on, 1 product on. So our services are different of maybe our viewers right now. We have a lot of things that we offer to our clients, so it's more easy for us to upsell the same clients. I remember when we used to have only 40 some. It was way more easy to reach out to these clients and make another $2,000 out of them. Because they were already in the platform, they were familiar with us, they trust us by this point. So if at any point I feel like we need to make more money, I would just reach out to the clients that we have on our portfolio. It was the easiest way. I would just come up with a new concept, a new service, a new something that they need, and I will reach out to them, and there you go, we have another 10,000 coming in.
Wow, that's interesting. You said that. So you pretty much, I guess, start people at which is, I guess, this is something that I'm, trying to learn now, or am learning, that people are teaching me, as far as just start people or your clients out at a low level, and then just constantly, progressively, I guess, increase them or upsell them to, more services. But I mean, it's not so much, because I guess when, me saying that is like, it's kind of a sneaky process, but I mean, it's really not, sneaky, because I mean, as long as you're helping them, make money at the level that they're at, I mean, obviously, like you said, they wouldn't mind, giving you more money to, go to a higher level. So that's pretty interesting that you said that. And as far as, in your opinion, what would be the number one reason why most agency owners fail, or just most business owners fail in general?
Offering only one service.
Offering only one service?
I think so. You had to, and Grant Cardone was talking about this on one of his lives not longer ago, and I was like, oh shoot, yes, I'm in the right place. As Grant Cardone, if you go to his sites, he offers so many different products, plus coaching, plus the live events. So you can spend with him pretty big amounts of money. But when it comes to us, we learned that for us to approach different kind of clients, we have to have it all. Right? We have to have that $200 software. We have to have that $200 services, and then we have to have that $3,000 services, because our clients level were different. So if we want to approach them, we want to make sure that we have what they need on the price range. Now, if you're just beginning your agency, go with people that are making over $1 million in sales. Go after these businesses, because if you go with somebody that's struggling right now, guess what you're going to be doing too?
Struggling.
As well. And then they're not going to find it on a happy place that you're not bringing that results that they were expecting. So go after people, after businesses that are making over $1 million. That will be the easiest place to start. And I'm saying easy, and it is not as easier. But two things that you can do for you to start there. One, you know someone that knows someone that works or has a great relationship with the business owner. And that's how everything started for me. One of my best friends knew somebody that was working at this high-end restaurant, and she called him, and they set up a meeting for me that same day. He wants to see exactly why, because I was referred by somebody that he trusts. That's the fastest way. You must have somebody that can talk about your service. That's why, I surround myself a lot with the Chamber of Commerce. So they can see me more often. They follow me on social media, and they point out, you should reach out to Pamela, because you must let other people see what you're doing and what value you bring into the marketplace for them to reach out to you, or for them to talk about your services to their friends. Because most likely all these business owners have friends, right? We may have two business owners on our phone book as a really good friends. So if we know somebody that have what they need, we're gonna talk about that company or about that service. And that's most likely how everything started for me. It was a high-end restaurant, okay, and the business owners end up having two restaurants. So I signed them up on a $2,000 package.
Wow.
They were making over $1 million a year. So it was the easiest way for me to start. It wasn't a headache when it comes to, business is struggling. I want to see results right away, or being on my butt all day long. Like, what are you doing? What is the ad? No, none of that. And then from there, learn what your clients are looking for, right? Because as the business owners, we think that they need only Facebook ads. That's not true. Some of our clients, their potential customers, are not even on Facebook. So we must learn everything about the online world so we can recommend or guide our clients to sign up for the right services. Make sense? And another thing is, after you scale, after you start, getting a few clients here and there, have a process in place. How are you going to execute for each client? And the last thing will be, once you build your team, have everybody to go after one specific either area or a niche. Because, like, for example, right now we have all kind of customers. We have entrepreneurs, we have radio stations, we have restaurants, we have home improvement, we have a little bit of everything. But when it comes to us reaching out, like the salespeople, they go after one niche in one area. So they can make sure that everybody in that area knows about us. And if it's a niche, then whatever services we offering, that they can recommend those services. And one thing is, we're not attached to one tool. We're not attached to just Facebook, or we're not attached to Instagram itself. No, we use the best tools to bring value to our clients. Whatever is working in 2018, 19, those are the tools that we're gonna have offering our side for our clients.
Yeah, that's interesting. You said that pretty much, spread out everywhere. As Gary Vee talks about, it's like you need to be on every channel. But then I just heard last night Alex Becker did, I guess, a contradictory to that. But I'm not going to go into that. But I mean, it's just interesting. Some people think, you need to be everywhere, but that's what I'm trying to do. But then I guess there's, I don't know, you're always going to have one different, person that differs opinions, I guess. But looks like Victor just joined us, and he said, habla español. For me, poquito, but I'm sure for Pamela, mucho. So, yeah. So that leads us to our next question. So knowing what you know now, if you were to start over, if you had to start all over, what processes, what systems, what books, what would you do, knowing what you know now, scaling the company to, where you scaled it from, just pretty much just of last year? How would you go about doing things different, or would you just go the same way and take the same route?
Okay, great question. Great question. And I think it was painful for me to learn this lesson because I'm the kind of entrepreneur that wants to be everywhere. I want to, be a coach. I want to have the agency. I want to be on real estate. So I wanted to do so many things, and I only have 24 hours. So for me to be chasing all these different things was exhausted at times and time consuming as well. So I think it was last year around October that I saw myself stuck in the same level, right? Um, so I kind of put it a lot of thoughts. Few things happened. I talked to several people, and I promised myself that right now I was gonna just give it 100% to the digital agency so I can scale. And then whenever the agency runs by itself with the people that I put in place, that I was gonna go after, either the coaching or real estate or other things that I'm interested in. But right now I'm interested in the stock market. Um, so I mean, just taking the time for you to realize that you're a human being. At the end of the day, you have to get good at one thing first. Really polish that skill. Have other people tell you that you have the skill. Have other people tell you that you are the expert on that. Not you telling you that you are the expert on that, because at the end of the day, it's just you. You're not gonna change money with yourself. You need to change money with other people, right? So they had to be the one talking about you and saying that you're the expert. Once you get to that point and you make sure that everything runs by itself without you having to be 24/7 there, then you can move on to the other things that you want to do. But right, to me, that was the hardest thing to understand, that I had to let it go, to want it to be around real estate people. I wanted to learn more. I want to read the book about real estate. I want to hear the podcast. So for me to really, like, to me, I think that I'm a super human. I'm a superwoman. I think I can do everything by myself. But no, you had to realize that it takes some time. You had to develop that skill. That was the hardest time in my journey. Now that I'm a business owner, telling myself that calm down, focus on one thing. Make sure that you become the expert at that. Make sure that everybody can say, "Oh, that's the person that you should talk to." And then you can move on and learn some other skills, some other tools. And whenever you have that power within yourself, you're gonna put that time that you put in into everything else to one thing. And guess what? You're gonna have the time to focus in financial about your business. You're gonna have the time to hire the right people. You're gonna have the time to go after the right clients. See what's the main pain points within your business, within your agency. And I mean, it's a game changer. That's really one thing that I say. From last year, October last year, to it's funny because my mom asked me yesterday. I went to her house because they have horses and I love the horses. So the first thing she asked me was, "Are you sure you're not selling drugs?" That's what I said, "Mom." I mean, do you have, because see me from last year to this year traveling. I travel almost every month. I go to several big events. I go to, and most of the time, I take my daughters with me. Now I just bought a new car. I just did a few other things really expensive. But she was like, "Are you sure you're not selling drugs now?" I was like, "Mom, you don't think that I'm capable to pull this off?" But it was funny though. I was like, "Okay, now they seeing that I'm doing something right." And my brother was there. They were all laughing, and I was laughing instead of getting mad. I was like, "Yes, yes." Now they seeing that working really hard on myself. Doing other things, being sometimes I didn't even have the time to give them a call. Now they can see why.
Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty funny story as far as because I've heard a lot of other people say that once their family starts to see the fact that they're making all this money and stuff, it's like, well, what are you doing? Where is all this money coming from? Because I mean, I guess people just think that you really can't make this much money. But I mean, like we talked about at the beginning of the interview, there's money out there. You just have to figure out how to tap into it and how to get people to hand it to you. And I guess my wife put on here. You said polish that one skill, which that's something that I am trying to learn now, as far as just I guess specifically focusing on one skill, because I mean, there's so much out there. I mean, there's so much around you. There's content everywhere. There's information there. I mean, they call it the information world, we're pretty much, the information age. So, I mean, it's like, I mean, and then obviously you talked about your interest. So I guess you picked your skill off of your interest. Is that how you did that? Or just whatever interests you, that's the skill you went into and went after?
Well, with the agency was I saw that it was making money, so I was like, okay, so this is the easy. Actually, this is what though. This is the easiest way if you wanna kind of have a cash flow. Having a digital agency is the easiest and the fastest way. I'm telling you because I was coming from a comfortable life, making pretty good money. Um, so when I quit my job and having to, most likely if you're already making this amount of money, you're not gonna wanna do something that is gonna make this much money, right? You're always gonna go, do something that makes the exact same money or more. So, to get there the faster was when I started seeing people paying me $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, and then I saw that it was the easiest way to bring cash flow, and it was a really good service. People need the service in line. There is millions and millions of businesses out there that need help. So yeah, most likely because of the cash flow, as most likely I stayed with the agency. Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that as long as you.
My main interest is coaching, right? Help other people, change their life, their mindset. I mean, to me, it's still so surprising to see people that they think that that's that's it, right? You just have to go home, do what you do every single day, and same day, same thing all over the next day. To me, it's more about mindset, and I'm telling you this. I mean, if you know my story, if you knew me from 10 years ago, you would have said I'm talking to a completely different person. Like I didn't even speak English 10 years ago. So for you to understand that this is what's powerful, right? And if you can work on your mindset, on what you believe in, you can change whatever is going on in your life, whatever you have going on in your life. The first thing, whenever I feel either sad or any kind of feelings, the first thing that I work on, my mindset. I
All
had
right.
I had to, achieve my mindset right away. If you see my stories, I'm always on the move because most likely, if I stay somewhere for long periods of time, my mindset will take over. Right? This is it. This is what you had to do every single day. So I'm constantly moving and talking to different people because of things that I want to learn, things that I'm interested in learning. Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. You said mindset because actually my mentor Rob Quinn, I had an interview with him sometime this past week, and that was a pretty big part of our interview was mindset. So I guess what applicable things, because I know he mentioned he meditated, every morning that helps him, and then I know you just mentioned that you said what helps you is you constantly stay on the go and on the move. But I mean, what else? What other things do you do? I'm pretty sure. I mean, do you read books? I mean, do you meditate or you have personal time? I mean, how does that work? Well, for in your life, how does it work?
Okay, so I think that if you're moving, if your body is constantly doing things, your mind will take over to say, "Hey, you need to relax. You need to take a break, and you need this, you need that." So as long as you can make your body stay on the move, either it can be working out. I work out. I like to go to the sauna a lot. And I like to do things that make me either sweaty. I like to, and that's why I go to places to to help companies like nonprofits and things like that, because it constantly makes me move. It constantly, for me to, have a plate here and then move it over here for somebody else, it helps me move. Now, when that happens, my mind reacts, right? It's always reacting. Either you need to chill, you need to do that, you need to do this. But whenever I come and have a time for myself and stay still, which is meditating for me, some other people do yoga, and some other people do other things, which we're not gonna get there. But they find different things and strategies to really calm their mind and listen to what it's saying, right? Because with so many things that are happening in our mind, sometimes we don't even know what to listen to, right? So if you can just stay still and really listen to the thoughts that go through your mind, it helps you to know what's the next move, or what you should work on who do you need to reach out, right? So meditating for me, after being everywhere and trying to do so many things, stay still, meditating, really going through the day, really going through what is going on. It makes me appreciate more life. Another thing that meditation have helped me with, which I think we were talking in other posts, was about not always talking, not always reacting to things. That was my main issue 5 years ago, right? I was the big boss. I always have something to say. I was always right. You just gotta do what I was saying, right? So meditation changed my life, which now, a lot of the people that I help or the people that I coach is my own ex-employees, because they see that shift that I did, right? From being the one that always want to talk and have something to say to, hold on, let me listen, and then I will tell you what I think about it. That me that really helps me. Meditation have helped me when it's to shut up, listen to what's going on around you, right? And then you can act on it or do something about it.
Yeah, I know. That's I'm starting to see a correlation between most, I guess, successful entrepreneurs and the fact that they meditate. So I guess meditation plays a key role in your financial status, which is pretty interesting, because I'm starting to see, I guess, a correlation. And as far as I guess, who would you consider the most influential person right now in the social media marketing realm, in the digital world? Who would you who would you who would you say that is the one particular person that just stands out to you among all the other ones?
Okay, so I mean, if we're talking about somebody that will teach social media itself, um, I do like Ty Lopez's program, because he's not the only one teaching you what to do or how to do it. He brings so many other people, so many other experts to teach you how to do it. So I would say, that's one of the top trainings out there as far as social media. But when it comes to social media itself, you had to find people to model, to see how do they went from here to here, right? Main thing right now is this Grant Cardone. He was making money. He was making pretty good money selling his self coaching business. But when he really take off from here to here was when he started doing a lot of stories on all the channels, when he started going live 5 days a week. So he started putting all these presents out there, and how he was doing that, educating and entertaining, right? So if you can find few people like that you interested with, to me, I'm a lot into businesses and coaching. So hearing to what Grant Cardone had to say was something that interested me in personal, right? You probably, as the agency owner, you probably like sports. See the top guys in the sport industry, what are they doing, how are they getting all this attraction, and model that, somehow put it together, resonate with what's going on, why they become from here to here. Grant Cardone, how do he's going to bring 35,000 people? He's putting a lot of presence out there. He's talking about something that most people are interested with, which is, how can you make money? right? How to take it from making $5,000 to $50,000 a month. So you can always look for role models out there. To me, Ty Lopez already take his course. I'm happy with it. I will always, look into what he's up to and things like that. But right now, the guy that I have my attention is Grant Cardone. He's sharing his life. We know his kids. We know how he attract his wife. We know so much about this guy that is not only entertaining, it's educating now. So he got my attention. And because of that, I see him as a role model, and I want my clients as well to see that so they can do exactly the same thing, even though if they have a local business or they do something like we do.
Wow, that's interesting. And yeah, I know, some things you just have to see. I mean, some things, can't be picked up in a book. I know I've said this a lot, in my other interviews and everything, and just on my posts. But some things you just have to pick up. Like I say, some things can't be taught; they have to be caught. So and that's good where you say, you have to pretty much just follow them and see what they're doing. Not necessarily just go read their books, because that's only one part of them or one piece of them. But what Pamela is saying here is just pretty much get into their whole world. And especially, some people are, I guess, very, laid back and, secluded, where they don't want to share their whole life. So, I mean, you got to find somebody that, you can really, dig down deep and see, behind the scenes, what they're doing, how they're operating, how their systems operate, how they run their business, how they run their family. I mean, that's a big indication too, because it tells a lot about, specific person's character and how they relate to their their spouse and their kids and everything like that. Because obviously, who was it that said, I'm not sure, it might have been Grant, or it might have been Gary Vee, or somebody mentioned that there's no such thing as business problems. There's only personal issues or personal problems that go into your business. So I mean, whatever you're struggling with in your personal life, that's actually going to transfer over to your business life. And yeah, so actually this is my last question for you. I think we've been on here for quite a while now, but this is kind of a laid back question. Some people like it, makes people think, but to me, it's kind of a funny question where you talk about the entertaining part. So this is kind of an entertaining question. I mean, you don't have to necessarily relate it to business or anything like that, but if you were to have one superpower, what would that superpower be?
Oh shoot. And I probably thought about this one. Hold on. Okay. I think it's not a superpower. It's not a superpower, I think. And most people will say that you kind of born with this skill, but I'm not. And I know a lot of people that will say fake it until you make it, or a lot of people that will say just model, find somebody that can teach you that skill. But I think I would love to be more, how do you call this? More sociable, or more the kind of person that I like. For example, how my daughter, she's always so funny, and she's always like saying things that you just have to laugh, like you just have to adore that. And to me, it's hard. I'm more like serious, and I'm more into what's right and what's wrong. No, like, and I know this, and I want this right now currently, because I know it's all about entertaining. If I can have people to laugh about my daily stuff, if I can have people to say, oh my God, I have done that before, it will make a big difference. I will have a lot of people wanting to exchange money with me. No matter how do I do it, with the e-commerce, selling this or selling that, I will have a lot of people exchanging money with me. So I think, superpower will be just, how can I be more sociable? How can I be more entertainable? How can I be more outgoing? So hopefully, wish me luck. Hopefully I can learn more about that.
I'm sure. I mean, it seems like you're already outgoing and you're social. No, actually, my wife just put a comment probably about maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago, where she said, she needs to, share more and get out more, because she is actually, I guess, on the introvert. Well, she says she's an introvert, but I mean, around here at home and stuff, she's, pretty much, she's not introverted, but I guess when she goes out and everything like that. So so I mean, it seems like you're already accomplished that as far as being relational and just being socially active. I mean, I don't know how else you could change or even get better. I mean, that's just you say you weren't born with it, But I mean, it seems like, it just kind of flows out of you. But yeah, I'm kind of the same. Well, I won't say I'm the same way, but people are actually telling me that that I'm social. But I mean, I don't see myself, because actually, I've taken many tests like the Myers-Briggs, and even Ty Lopez's. I guess he has a personality test, but I've taken a lot of those tests, and it's actually pretty much indicated that I'm an introvert. So it's like, so really for me, as far as, going out to business owners, reaching out to business owners, and even having interviews like this is actually, a big step. But then people said they really don't know that I'm an introvert. Like, are you serious? You're an introvert? But they said Russell Brunson, I guess that's the creator of ClickFunnels, for you guys who don't know, the software program or whatever online. A lot of businesses and everything use that to build landing pages, websites, and all that stuff. But anyway, they said he's an introvert as well. Like, if on the camera, it seems like he's an extrovert, but off the camera, he really wants to stay to himself and just be quiet. So I mean, that's kind of interesting that I guess you can function in both realms, whatever. But yeah, I want to thank Pamela again for joining us, especially, she's actually with her family in Miami. So it really, I'm really appreciative that she actually got on here, did an interview with me and for me, so that is a good thing. And then I know that she has a website that I'm going to put in the comment section and everything. And is there anywhere else that people can reach you at, as far as on social media? Do you want to, your handles and everything on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? I mean, I don't know, Pinterest, wherever you're at, just let the people know.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for reaching out, and think of me when it comes to an expert on social media. And yes, where people can reach me in the best way is gonna be on social media. Instagram, Chinchilla Pam. Facebook, I use more my personal. I do have it's Chinchilla Pam as well, but I'm more on the personal because I see the algorithm changing so much. So I'm like, let me just throw this content over there because these people need it, I still have a lot of people that follow me just on my personal because they want to see what I'm up to and things like that. But most likely on my stories. On my stories, I talk about, with the clients that I'm hanging with, or sometimes, other entrepreneurs or things that I'm doing. So everywhere, social media. Social media is gonna be where you can see me almost every day. Like, I'm there with you.
That's good. So thanks everybody, and I want you to enjoy your holidays or whatever you're celebrating, whatever you celebrate. So and thanks, Pamela, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, you guys have a good one.
Happy holidays, guys. Thank you.